Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to you all, and thank you so much for your time. And today we have an interesting discussion with Suneel Kashyap, who is one of the key respondents in additive manufacturing. And the talk is going to be on the potential of 3D printing technology in where he's actually been able to set his base, that is UAE, and also based in Dubai. Ladies and gentlemen, Suneel Kashyap is a fully accomplished, result-driven, technical, sophisticated professional, and he comes with his expertise of 3D printing and also multidisciplinary experiences for the last 20 years, and in UK and also UAE and also India. And he's been focusing on offering solutions in 3D printing, and has always been in the forefront of industrial revolution of 4.0. And his academical background is also that he's been qualified as a master's degree holder in rapid product development from the UK. And currently he is offering solutions across verticals, and has a good exchange of knowledge in construction and infrastructure, healthcare, architecture, military, engineering, jewelry, dental, and various other industrial sector. And also very, very important is that for any business to gain that kind of attraction and a smooth pathway, it is also that you need to be well connected with the policymakers. So he's been actively giving advice to the government and also giving consultation as an advisory with working in Dubai. So very good afternoon, Sunil, and it's a pleasure to connect with you. And we will want to learn from you in terms of your aspiration set with 3D technology and 3D printing, and also the growth story for your company, Layerx 3D printing, where you are a director. So in short, I will not take much of your time, but to also ask you to begin, where did it all start, Sunil? And how did it all start? Why 3D printing?
Good afternoon, John. As every candidate who becomes an engineer based out of India to begin with, he wants to do something different. So this was an advice given by my college professors, so that you can take up something called as rapid prototyping. So based on that, I looked up a few universities who's offering this specialized course. Back then there was only about 2 or 3 in the whole world who was going to offer you a degree associated with this type of technology, and there was one in US and one in the UK was the easiest to get in because it was just a year and a half course, modular course. So I just applied and got accepted, and then hence the journey began. So it's been nearly 20 years since we graduated. There's a whole bunch. We graduated from those universities, and those professors who are still, the chief technologist of this pretty technology, you can say. So we are spread around the world and trying to spread the technology, increase the adoption rate with many applications and industries.
So Kashyap, when you mentioned that you with a team of people, so do you have an association in Dubai working in conference with respondents who might want to engage and use your services? Is there an association that you have been able to build there, or is there one where you're working?
It's more of a cloud than association. Like there's a set of service bureaus who offer services in various industries. So together, it's a formidable, team tackling many issues, because in the Middle East it's a very different region compared to other part of the world, because the logistics, the supply chain, the R&D, the design, the manufacturing, everything is slightly different as compared to other part of the world. So we need a bit more resilience and a bit more forward thinking to adopt 3D printing into this region. So there's a handful of people who are doing this right now, and more number of players are also coming in.
So when did this company start actually? Layerx
is a very new company which started about 8 months back now, and We are getting into many industry segments, providing our solutions. So we are already into the rapid changing visual merchandising, display products, and all that, which has got a very big market. It's been shown in the last few years. Apart from that, we are into medical devices, anatomical models for complex surgeries, and all medical applications, mainly orthotics and prosthetics and all that. So we are equipped ourselves with the latest technologies to provide solutions for this. So it's one of the largest 3D printing companies in the UAE, if not the region. And then we have other industries like oil and gas, construction, architecture, food industry. We are exploring different solutions for food industry now. So there are a lot of scope in this region for us.
So, Sunil, are you also offering services, or with the services, are you also resellers for these technologies, as in machine distribution?
We don't sell machines. We don't sell machines, but we offer turnkey solutions. Not only just take a file and 3D print. We go through the entire digital thread, and then we provide solutions for them. It may be a simple reverse engineering process, or a complete new product development process. So we go through that, we sit with the customer, understand the problem, whether it's a retrofit or a new part design. So we go through that, and we have a full engineering capability in-house. So we entirely take up that.
And what is the size of the company, actually, Sunil?
Right now we are about 16 people on board, out of which we have half of them are designers, and then the other ones are machine handlers, and then post-processing, because it plays a major part in any of the 3D printing activity. Want to have a successful product come out of your factory, basically. So half of them are designers, and the designers are also trained design for additive manufacturing. So there are different additive manufacturing processes, as we all know. So to have the optimum design, topology optimized or production optimized, so it varies. So basically all of them are quite trained, full set of
okay, and what are the different machines and the technologies currently that you have in-house?
It's just the general trend of the UAE side. So we have few SLAs, big sizes, large scale 3D printing also we are into. We have selective laser sintering for end use parts in polymers, for different industry applications, marine or defense, or oil and gas, or you can say other general manufacturing and prototyping at the same time. And then we have like a huge set of desktop FDM machines, fused deposition machines, for daily in and out of prototypes or some scale models or props, which in general this region has a lot of business for that. So we have to be tuned for that as well. So we have that. Apart from that, we have color printers, and then we have polyjet printers for different material, for different application. So whether it be medical or some kind of a prototype for an aerospace component. So we have that too.
Okay. And what about metal? Sunil, do you think that is yet to be explored as an option when it comes to for PSI? Are you also looking at that area of specialization when it comes to?
Yes, in the past we have helped with PSI production, but we haven't had any chance for us because metal 3D printing is entirely a different ball game. The adoption rate is slightly, I can say, a bit slower in the region as far as polymers are concerned, because they can easily find a polymer application rather than metal, because metal comes with its own, complications, weight, size, material, and design complexity, and then blood. In the whole of Middle East region, the main metal application is cutting steel. So it is for few applications, but apart from that, medical devices is a place where we can grab a lot of attention now. And then we have other digitally manufactured parts for robotics or something which requires lightweight components. So aluminum, maybe titanium, all these are coming into the picture. Yes, it is definitely in the growth trend. Right now, we don't have an in-house capacity, but we work with a lot of partners who we have been working with last 7-8 years in this region. So be it Indian manufacturing partner or a UK manufacturing partner, sometimes we end up doing with China as well. So depending on the material availability, the certification availability, whether it's a PSI or a manufactured component for a tool and die industry maybe, or a general manufacturing part. So all of this has been done already. And we are also in the process.
Very good. So since you mentioned that there is a team of respondents coming from various service centers and offering services, so it becomes conducive for you to then pick and choose based on your requirement with these partners whom you can also work with.
Yes.
So you don't probably need to have an in-house setup. And slowly, while you see that your traction is growing, you might probably look at maybe setting up a metal 3D printer. Is that what you probably see that as an opportunity?
Yes, I can see a bunch of partners who has their own expertise and certifications needed for the respective industry segments. So it's hard to have all in one setup, because there's a lot of certifications needed when you're doing metal, especially for oil and gas or medical, aerospace. So it takes years to actually to accredit those certifications. So right now we are not in a stage where there will be a wholesome business through the entire metal ecosystem for this region. So this is my opinion at the end of the day in the last 7 to 8 years. But definitely there is an increasing trend towards that. So adoption rate is quite high in terms of metal. So yeah, in the near future, definitely we'd like to have metal in-house. As I said before, it's an entirely different ballgame to control the production, to maintain the quality, to give exactly the batch, production to people. You need to have the entire ecosystem perfectly set in place. So definitely, we'll be looking forward to that.
Also, we see a lot of prospect when it comes to drones that we see that, when it comes to customized production and mass customization going forward with composites. Do you also cater to that area of specialization also, Suneel?
Yes, we have done not a drone as such. We have done a lot of prototypes using composites and other regular, polymers. What we have, TPUs, nylons, polycarbonate, and other composites like PACF and all that. So we have done prototypes and such, but it is not has happened yet to us where we have lined up a production unit just for the drones as such, because the frames and everything has to be designed accordingly. So it is still the major part will be outsourcing and then getting it done from China or wherever it is actually being made from the US or something. And then the additional kits for the drone, definitely, yes, we've been.
So what do you see the future prospects of this technology growing, starting from UAE globally? We see the trend is that now because of information and knowledge on the subject, people are looking at exploring the possibilities of this technology to benefit the set of businesses that they are actually in.
2017-18, there was a slight shift from 2015, where we saw a good increase in the knowledge base and the expertise. And from then onwards, we can see a major shift in the level of expertise of the users, end users, providers, and the percentage of users consider themselves having intermediate, having good knowledge of the subject, has now increased to like a certain level of professionalism in the knowledge transfer and partnerships also. Like government initiatives, be it government initiatives like Abu Dhabi government or Dubai government or Sharjah government, everybody is putting up education centers, research centers and everything to promote this technology, because they all know the advantages of this technology. There is a lot of increasing trends in terms of 3D printing applications, both in polymers and metal. Okay, so for example, marine and offshore, which like there is a metals like inconel, which can be explored into marine and offshore, oil and gas, mainly steel, nickel alloys, aluminum. All these applications based on metal. So it's a performance-driven, use cases. So all this has been already proven by so many service bureaus around here. Today, there are about 15 to 16 service bureaus, if not more, who is offering polymers and a couple of service bureaus which is offering metal services also. So definitely there is a big growth when it comes to adoption levels, and hence this trend is picking.
You also mentioned about construction, actually, Sunil.
Yes.
How is construction taking shape in Dubai? I know Dubai has been in the forefront of taking that
Yes.
particular area of specialization. Yeah, your thoughts on it?
Yeah. Construction. I was lucky and fortunate to be involved with one of the R&D drone labs for Diva with my previous company, where I was working as the sales director. So since then, a lot of growth has happened. But compared to polymers and metals, the growth has been a little bit slow, and especially due to the COVID and other adoption rate. Now they have realized that with the kind of cost savings that can come by adopting concrete 3D printing at certain levels, maybe not in the mainstream or maybe in the mainstream. So it up to the giants of the construction industry to decide how to take the technology forward. But definitely they have advantages in adopting this technology. So a lot of buildings have come up. A lot of pilot projects have been showcased. A lot of case studies and actual studies have been done on where exactly how it should be adopted, and still major groups are getting into this. Okay, and then government is also pushing forward to have the mandated come like 25% of the buildings or the components of the buildings by 2030 will be 3D printed. So all this push is there from the governments. So Abu Dhabi has also done something similar, and Sharjah Research Park has a concrete 3D printing company in-house, so that they are just formulating things and then putting up, and then a lot of study has been done already. So all these things keeping in mind, definitely there is a boost for that sector too. So you can see a lot of adoption levels, maybe on different rungs of the ladder, but definitely it will be in a positive way.
Thank you so much, Sunil, for your time. I think it was very engaging for you to have shared in terms of the growth trajectory, the way it has actually progressed for you as a company and also for the technology. So wishing you all the very best, Sunil, and I'm sure
Thank you.
There is more pathway in terms of for you to have thought of in terms of how you will evolve as a company going forward. All the best, and wishing you all the very best.
Thank you, John. This is my pleasure as well. So thank you very much.